The LS2 Thunder Carbon is a sport race helmet from the brand LS2. This helmet is designed for daily riding and has a special FIM certified version for those who want to race on the track. We gave this helmet to our test rider and he came back with a lot of interesting data, so stay tuned. Hi everyone, Team V Champion Helmets here and welcome to our channel. Here in front of me I have the Thunder Carbon from the brand LS2. The Thunder Carbon is a full face helmet developed as a racing helmet and offers a lightweight feel, protection and insulation. During our testing we will discover if claims about this helmet by LS2 are true. We put a lot of time and effort into these reviews with just one goal, so that you can watch an honest review based on facts rather than marketing language and personal opinions. So if you appreciate this effort, hit that subscribe button and like the video so that we can continue to do these tests and you continue to receive honest in-depth reviews. With that out of the way, we can start the review in this video and we'll go through some general points first. The Thunder Carbon has a more oval fit and starts at a retail price of around €500 or US$. And because of this, the Thunder Carbon will compete with other helmets such as the AGV Pisa GPRR, Shoei X SPR Pro, AGC Alpha 1, Scorpion Exo R1 Evo Carbon and some other high-end racing helmets. We are going to start the review with the material part, and the LS2 Thunder Carbon is made from multiple layers of carbon. This has resulted in a very light and strong carbon helmet. Carbon is the best material from which a helmet can be made of, because less material is used to achieve a certain level of protection, resulting in a lightweight helmet. The helmet is available in 6 sizes and 3 Audi shell sizes. The more Audi shell sizes a helmet has, the better. A more compact helmet not only looks better, but is also safer. If we add all this up, we see that the Thunder Carbon earns 4 stars for the material part. And then again, if we start comparing this to the other helmets, we see that it does an excellent job. It is on par with most of the other helmets. Only the Pisa GPRR and the Bell Racer DLX did better with 4.5 stars and 5 stars, thanks to more Audi shell sizes. So great start from the Thunder Carbon. We continue with an important part and that is the weight. After all, a lighter helmet ensures a better riding experience and prevents fatigue in the neck. And when we weighed the Thunder Carbon in a size M, the scale indicated 1341 grams, which is an amazing result. Because of this result, the helmet earns a great 5 stars for the weight. If we are going to compare this with the other helmets, we see that it finished almost at the top of the list. Only the Roof Aero 200 Carbon was lighter, weighing 1104 grams, which is extremely light and the lightest helmet we've ever weighed. The other helmets, except the X-Lite, are all above the 1400 grams, and there were no real outliers except from the helmet from Roof. Interesting numbers and a great result from LS2 once again. Now that we have discussed the material and the weight, let's move on to the visor. The LS2 Thunder Carbon has a 3D optical A-class visor. This visor gives a large and wide field of view and is UV resistant and tear-off prepared. In addition, the helmet is also pinlock lens prepared and is included in the box. The pinlock lens that is included is a Pinlock Max Vision lens, which avoids condense while riding. The visor mechanism is a quick release system, so you can easily change your visor without tools. If we add all this together, we see that the helmet earns 4 stars for the visor. And if we weigh in the other helmets, we see that scores well and is on par with the X803, Alpha 1 and the RX7V Evo. The Raystar, X SPR Pro and the Scorpion were the 3 best performing helmets on this part with a score of 4.5 stars. They earned more stars thanks to a better visor mechanism or an extra dark smoke visor that is included in the box. And now that we're done with the review in the studio, let's move on to the road test. Before we begin the road test, a brief explanation of how we collect our data. On the left side you see a white thermometer that is connected to a sensor inside the helmet. This thermometer indicates the inside temperature of the helmet. In the top center you see the decibel meter, which is connected to a microphone placed near our rider's ear. This records the sound as our rider hears it. On the right we see a phone that displays wind speed and outside temperature. And in the center we see the dashboard of the bike showing the riding speed of our test rider. Now that that is clear, we're going to start the road test with the noise. When we tested the helmet we had a wind speed of about 120 and a riding speed of 130 km an hour. And when we look at the decibel meter we see that the Thunder Carbon had an average reading of 101 decibel, which for a racing helmet is a good score and that is why it earns 3 stars for the noise. The Thunder Carbon also finishes in the top half of the list with a score of 101 decibel. The Exo R1 Evo Carbon is almost the quietest helmet we have tested so far and has an average of 96 decibel, which is exceptionally good. The R1 is followed by the X SPR Pro, Alpha 1 and the RX7V Evo. The most disappointing result was the AGV Pisa GPRR with a result of 107 decibel, which is exceptionally loud. So again, a solid result. Great. We continue with the ventilation of the helmet. A well-ventilated helmet is important, and especially if you want to ride on the track, because the last thing you want is to overheat while riding. And before we look at the results, first the ventilation options. The Thunder Carbon has a vent on the chin that you can open and close with a slider. The helmet also has a brow vent and a top vent that again you can open and close. And all the warm air inside the helmet can escape through the rear outlets on the back of the helmet. When we tested the Thunder Carbon, it was 0 degrees outside and 1 degree Celsius inside the helmet. This means that the Thunder Carbon earned 4 stars for this part thanks to a difference of 1 degree. If we compare this to the other helmets we have mentioned so far, we can see that it holds up well. Almost every helmet had no difference in the temperature or a difference of 1 degree and earned 4 stars. There was one outlier, and that is the Visor LS2. This helmet was 1 degree colder inside the helmet compared to the outside temperature, which is an amazing result. So the Thunder Carbon is doing well so far, but we are not done yet and we move on to the comfort of the helmet. We move on to the only subjective part of this road test, and that is the comfort. For the comfort, we lean on the more than 15 years of riding experience of our test rider, who has also tested all the other helmets and thus can make the comparison like no other. Our test rider indicated that the Thunder Carbon felt fine while riding, but did not feel like the other high-end racing helmets. The Thunder Carbon's inner lining is LS2 Ecstatic Silver inner liner, which is washable and breathable. This inner lining is also hypoallergenic, meaning it is moisture wicking and keeps your head cool while riding. And if we add all this up, the Thunder earns 3 stars for the comfort part, which is a solid result. And when we start comparing this to the other helmets, we see that it finishes relatively low on the list, even though it performed relatively well. It just didn't feel the same, for example, as the XSPR Pro. The XSPR Pro finished on top with a grade score of 5 stars, and almost every other helmet earned 4 stars. The Thunder Carbon earned as many stars as the Aero 200 Carbon and the EXO R1 Evo Carbon. Okay, great. We have to discuss one more part before we can take a look at the final score, and this is the features. For starters, the helmet is 2206 certified and has an emergency quick release. This ensures that in the case of an incident, the helmet can be removed in a safe and easy way, and the closure of the helmet is a double D-ring. To increase visibility on the helmet, they have also placed reflective patches on the helmet, and the helmet also has a multi-density EPS inner shell to increase safety. The LS2 Thunder Carbon also has a FIM certified version, and this is a Thunder Carbon GP Pro FIM. With this helmet you are allowed to ride on the track where FIM certified helmets are mandatory. But it is wise, if you plan to ride on the track, to invest in a FIM certified helmet, since it is becoming more mandatory at more racetracks. If we add everything up, we see that earns 3 stars for the features, and if we compare this to the other helmets, we see that as well. There are 4 helmets that it's slightly better, and is on par with the Visor LS2 and the R1 Evo Carbon. So again, a great result from the LS2 Thunder Carbon. And now that we're done with the road test, we're going to look at the final score. Now that we have covered each part, we can go to the overview and the final score. The LS2 Thunder Carbon earned 4 stars for the material, because it is made of carbon and comes in 3 outer-shell sizes. Because it weighed 1341 grams, it earned an amazing 5 stars for the weight. And because the Thunder Carbon is pinhole class prepared, which is included in the box, and because the helmet is Stirrup prepared, it earned an excellent 4 stars for the visor. For noise, it scored a solid 3 stars, thanks to a result of 101 decibel. And furthermore, it earned 4 stars for the ventilation, because it was 1 degree hotter inside the helmet compared to the outside temperature. For comfort, it earned 3 stars, and also 3 stars for features thanks to the new 2206 certification, liner features and emergency quick release. Adding up all the earned stars, the LS2 Thunder Carbon earns an average of 3.7 stars, for which you pay €19 per earned star. This is an excellent final score, and you get a helmet of excellent value for money. Do you want more information about the LS2 Thunder Carbon? Then be sure to take a look in our webshop, championhelmets.com, where we offer the lowest price guarantee and have great discount bundles. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more reviews, road tests and guides. My name is Simon from Champion Helmets, thank you for watching and until next time.